Good Fella Sports TV, we back. Definitely appreciate everybody for coming through this morning. Much blessings to all the brothers and sisters listening, and everybody else out there. Make sure you smash the subscribe button, hit the bell icon button. But we back talking about Errol, Spence, and Crawford. Yesterday, if you didn't know, Premier Boxing Champions on Fox unveiled their first quarter plus April fights on Fox and FS1. And they unveiled it on the Fox Sports Go app. You can download the app. As long as you got a cable provider in the US, you can, or a satellite provider, you can use it and watch, all the fights and all whatever your local basketball, football teams and all that other stuff on the sports app as well. And yesterday, they had like a little open table discussion where on a Fox Premier Boxing Champions unveiling of their first quarter April fights, all the fighters, faced off. It's kind of like what Showtime did. And they all sat at these tables. And then the press asked them questions also to hit the red carpet, okay? I haven't seen all the red carpet interviews with a bunch of them, but I do know that they act like, Errol Spence Terence Crawford was obsolete. Like he was one of those few words you can't see on radio, television, like his name was banished during the live taping. And, basically Errol Spence said that, he was in negotiation with Sean Porter. That fight didn't happen. He took a shot at Keith Thurman, said as long as he stayed winning, Keith Thurman going to stay injured. And that, the Sean Porter and Keith Thurman fights ain't happening. So he had to fight Mikey Garcia. Now, we all know that Terence Crawford is out there. Okay? We all know that Terence Crawford is out there. And Crawford holds the title. And both Keith Thurman said yesterday that he wants to be undisputed. He won all the titles. All right? Errol Spence's whole mantra has been strap season. So he wants all the titles. He wants to be undisputed, not only at 147, but at 154 as well. So why wasn't, Crawford a topic of discussion, during that live thing? Why didn't Errol Spence kick the tires on facing Terence Crawford? Now, what most Errol Spence supporters will say, and some people from the outside looking in will say, well, Terence Crawford is with Top Rank, okay? All right? So, basically, why, that's why Errol Spence didn't say his name. And basically, they want to freeze out Terence Crawford. But Errol Spence, and when people will say as well, is that Terence Crawford didn't say Errol Spence's name. That'll be the cop-out. But Terence Crawford has a boss. Terence Crawford's boss is calling Errol Spence's name out. Said they want to make that fight right now. He said that fight probably wouldn't be ready till late 2019. But all of a sudden, he's willing to take that fight right now. After Errol Spence got up on the podium at Danny Garcia and Sean Porter press conference and said Bob Arum didn't want the fight right now. It's all smoke and mirrors. And Bob Arum called his bluff. Okay? Bob Arum called his bluff. Bob Arum said that we can make the fight happen right now. Let's make the fight happen right now. That's what he said. Let's make the fight happen right now. And ever since Bob Arum's been on the attack, he's been on the offensive. Errol Spence hadn't said nothing. Okay, it came out that they wasn't doing that fight right now. It came out that they didn't have any interest in that fight right now. Was it Tim Shaw, PBC president of Heyman Communications, came out and said that that's not the fight they want. He said they got plenty of other fights to make on PBC. Errol Spence said he wanted to clean up his side of the street before he goes over there and fight Crawford. But doesn't it look bad if you're fighting a lightweight, a former featherweight, a former super featherweight, a former lightweight, a former super lightweight, or junior welterweight, and Errol Spence is acting like he exhausts all his options at this division? That's what he's doing. He's acting like he exhausts every option in his division. But he hasn't exhausted every option in his division because he didn't kick the tires on trying to fight Terence Crawford. He didn't call over there and say, okay, what's the deal you got on the table for me? What y'all willing to offer? You know, we know y'all desperate. Are you willing to come over to Showtime since y'all so desperate? Or Fox, because you know ESPN is owned by Walt Disney, and Walt Disney also owns Fox. A lot of people didn't know that. So he didn't kick the tires on the negotiations because obviously what his plan is to do is they want to get another belt, probably 2 belts is going to be his excuse, and force Terence Crawford to have to come over to Fox or Showtime. Now, the fight would be good, I guess, on Fox pay-per-view because Walt Disney owns Fox and they own ESPN. So that's doable. So the network issue ain't an issue because Walt Disney owns both Fox and they own ESPN. So that's not impossible to do. But what Errol Spence is trying to do is he's trying to gain business leverage. He's trying to, one, become the Super A side and make Crawford come to his side of the street. Two, he's trying to get majority of the purse. If he brings 3 belts to 1, I think that would ensure him a 60 or 70% giant slice of the pie or a percentage of the purse. So once again, it's business. So Errol Spence can never cry about Keith Thurman. He can never cry and complain about Sean Porter. Because guess what? It's just business. The same as it is with Terence Crawford, it's business for Sean Porter to get every damn penny he can in these voluntary or mandatory defenses he chooses to take before he fight Errol Spence. For Keith Thurman, it's just business for me to scrape the bottom of the barrel, fight as many times before I have to be forced to fight you. It's business. Same thing for Crawford, for Spencer Crawford. It's business, so you can't be the boogeyman when you a businessman. So don't sell me that. Now, are they freezing Crawford and Lomachenko out with Bob Arum? Absolutely. Should they freeze him out? A lot of great reasons to freeze him out. Bob Arum tried to sue Al Heyman. Bob Arum's been hating on Al Heyman at PBC. So why should they lend them a helping hand? Just let their fighters freeze out and die out and have to come see them and beg for them to come get breadcrumbs. But as fans, we don't care about business. We want to see Mikey and Lomachenko. We want to see Errol and Terence Crawford. They easily could have made those 2 fights. I don't say easy, but they could have made them. They could have made them, but they didn't make them. So at the end of the day, they act as yesterday if Terence Crawford didn't exist. Until Keith Thurman brought his name up on the red carpet after the fight when they did the interviews. Said that he ain't beat an opponent as good as Mir Khan. Keith Thurman's been very, very vocal about Terence Crawford. Since he's so vocal about Terence Crawford, give you some bonus time right here. Why Bob Arum don't go out there and make that fight? Offer Keith Thurman a 1-fight deal to come to ESPN and make that fight. Since he's very vocal about how skeptical he is about Crawford's resume and how Crawford isn't the real welterweight. How about we kick the ball off of Crawford and Keith Thurman? You know, but he won't do that. He want to offer Keith Thurman a multi-year fight deal contract and all that stuff. All right? That's what he want to do. That's my dog. You know, let me go calm him down. But yeah. But like I said yesterday, they act like Errol Spence was Terence Crawford was a bad name to say while the taping was going on. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You can't be a businessman and be a boogeyman. You know? You can't be a businessman and be a boogeyman. I don't want to hear none of that. Oh, boogeyman, you know, he a boogeyman and all that. I want to hear that. They ain't want to. He act like that was the only option. And he should have entered negotiation with Terence Crawford. Like I told you guys before, it's people within that team that don't feel like Errol Spence is ready for Terence Crawford. Remember, Terence Crawford has about 5-year pro experience on him. And Mikey Garcia has 6 years pro experience on him. So that's something to always remember. But people gonna continue to act like, that don't matter, but experience does matter. It does matter. But yeah, let me know what y'all think. But I think I think, like I said, you can't be the boogeyman and be a businessman. So I don't want to hear nothing about that. Errol Spence being the boogeyman or this business, especially if you out here criticizing Anthony Joshua and other fighters for taking business precautions and business measures. So this is my personal opinion on that, man. It's Goodfellas Sports TV. Appreciate it, all you guys, for coming on. Make sure you smash the subscribe button, the bell icon button. Check us out on the social media platforms on Facebook and Twitter. Also got the Facebook group. All those links into the description. Also, we want to make a donation to the channel. That link is there as well. I definitely appreciate all you guys and the support that you've been giving me. I definitely really, really appreciate it. And we're going to do some live streams today as well. And yeah, you can email me. Video intro music link is in the description. And got some more videos coming on the way. A boxing video and a non-boxing video coming up. So y'all be on the lookout for us being just as active as you was yesterday. Goodfellas Sports TV, we gone.